Happy holidays, everyone. I'm going to show you a wonderful recipe of how to make your own homemade eggnog. Now, a couple of years ago, I couldn't find any. Like all the stores locally were out of them, and I never really found out why. So I had to make my own eggnog, and I love eggnog around the holidays, around Christmas and New Year's. So I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is to make your own. And then, if you want, you can add a little bourbon or brandy and spike it a little. So let's show you how to do this. It's super easy, and it's really good. So let's get started. These are all the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need milk, vanilla, heavy cream, nutmeg, 6 eggs, some salt, and a little bit of cinnamon for the top, a mixing bowl, and a whisk. Let's get started. So the very first part of this is you're going to want to get 6 egg yolks removed out of the shells, separate them. You're going to separate your egg yolks from your whites. And once we do that, we're going to add our sugar, and I'll be right back. Okay, so you're going to have 2 different sections. One is going to be your bowl with your egg and your sugar. And then you're also going to put the milk and the cream, the nutmeg and salt in your pot. You're going to cook that on the stove. And then you're going to do something called tempering. So if you mix eggs together with something hot, it's going to scramble them. So we never do that. In baking, we do something called tempering, which means after you heat up your milk and cream, you're going to add a little of this egg mixture to that and do it gradually. That way it doesn't scramble. So here we are. We're going to move to the stove. So just before we move to the stove, you're going to add your cup of heavy cream, your 2 cups of whole milk. I use whole milk. And then you're going to do a pinch of salt, just a pinch, and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, nutmeg is very strong, so you pretty much want to follow the exact amount. So now we're going to take this over to the stove. Okay, now you want to stir this until it heats up. So you're going to have it like on a medium-high heat and just keep stirring it till it kind of comes to a low boil. Okay, basically you want your milk heated up, and as you can see the steam coming off, it is heated. So we're going to take a spoonful in a ladle, drop it in the egg mixture just one at a time, and now we're going to vigorously stir this because we don't want scrambled eggs. We're trying to heat up the egg mixture slowly. Okay, now we're going to add another spoonful of milk. And as I said earlier, it's called tempering. So we're going to keep doing this until we have all of the milk added to the egg mixture. And then we're going to put it back on the stove and heat it up so that it gets slightly thick and reaches about 160 degrees. You have whisked all the milk in with the egg. Now we're going to put it back in the pot. Now you want to whisk constantly on a medium heat for about a minute, or until your mixture is 160 degrees on a thermometer. So the idea is to just get this slightly thickened, and then you take it off the stove and you're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. And then you're going to stir that. You can see that it's kind of thickened. That's how you want it, because that's how eggnog is supposed to be. It's kind of thickened. It will thicken more as it cools. And after you add the vanilla, you're going to pour it over a mesh into another container, and I'm going to pour it back in the same bowl. And you're going to strain it. And then we're going to let it come to room temperature. And I'm going to put, once it's a little cool, I'm going to put some plastic wrap over it so it doesn't grow a skin, a film. And when it cools down a little, I'm going to refrigerate it until it's cool, and then you can serve it. So you can see all the egg is in here. And now we're going to let this come to room temp. And I'll put some plastic wrap over the top after it's cooled down a little. There's the plastic wrap. Now we're going in the refrigerator. So you can see how thick it is. It's been cooling about 2 hours. That's how you want it, nice and thick. Next, you can top it off with cinnamon or nutmeg, and I always do nutmeg. I never use cinnamon, but I put it out because some people prefer that. And then you can add a cinnamon stick for looks. If you're serving company, it looks really nice. Okay, everyone, doesn't that look nice? And you can put it in any type of glass you like, and it looks so festive and nice. So, I'm not much of a drinker. The only time I ever drink brandy is when I make an eggnog. So you can take it and put a little bit in a shot glass and maybe a little in your eggnog if you like. Stir it around and give it a taste. It's really good. And I love it just by itself. In fact, I usually drink eggnog just really cold out of the refrigerator. I love it. So if you want eggnog and it's not during the holidays or you can't find any, you can make your own. It's just as good. I love store-bought eggnog. I really do. I think it's really good, but this is just as good. Some people might like it better. So good. So I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you give this a try. Thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a great holiday.